Hello guys, here I will explain the result of the group discussion for writing basic, what makes a good sentence writing. Group 4 member Esther Gracia, Fenty Ramadanti, Muhammad Alfian, Romadia Agatha. Basic writing or proofreading. Anytime you write something for school or work, you need to take time to check it for errors. This can be hard to do, so many people find it helpful to use checklists and go one step at a time. Now that you have 5 sentences about what you did last week, it's time you check your work. Read this article on providing your rating. When you're done, use the checklist to review the sentence you wrote about what you did last week. Then share your sentences in the discussion forum and see what daily activities your classmates complete. If you wish, reply to your classmate daily activities. Proofreading versus editing. While the terms proofreading and editing are often used interchangeably, they do differ slightly. Editing is typically completing throughout the writing process, especially between draft and often suggests contextual change the effects, the overall meaning, and presentation. The focus is on change that affect style, point of view, organization of content, audience, edge. Proofreading occurs later in writing process, usually just after the final editing and before the final draft that will be present for publication, or turned into a professor. The focus in the correcting errors in spelling, syntax, grammar, punctuation, and formatting. While some editing will inevitably be done during the proofreading process and vice versa. The writing process is not perfectly linear. After all, focusing on proofreading too early in writing focus in the office because with each revision new errors introduced. In other words, one does not want to spend a lot of time casting sentence and paragraph that mightn't be reading or even deleting completely.
What makes a good sentence? A good sentence expresses a complete truth and can clearly communicate an idea. However, there are a variety of other components that contribute to good sentence construction. First, a good sentence is a complete sentence. A complete sentence requires a subject and a verb and expresses a complete truth, also known as an independent clause. This element of sentence structure can stand on its own, expressing an idea without the need for additional information. For example, parents worry about their children. This sentence is complete and conveys a clear idea. Second, a good sentence conjures a particular mood, especially when trying to appeal to readers' sensibility. Proper use of emotion in your sentence can make all the difference as to whether your audience feels what you want them to or not. This is particularly useful in many business writing fields like copywriting and marketing, where establishing an emotional connection with the readers can address their wishes or fears and compel them to take action or buy into what you're selling. Third, a good sentence. Paint a picture using strong sensory imagery will create a vivid image for your reader. It doesn't provide too much information that insults your audience's imagination, but it gives enough detail that is necessarily for the message you are trying to send. A single sentence can become much more potent when there is a powerful visual attached to it. 4. A good sentence has flow. How you word sentence dictates their pacing and the rhythm of a good sentence should be unmarred by poor punctuation or wordiness. A reader should not have to go back and reread a sentence to understand the idea behind it. It should be conveyed clearly and not confounded by complex dictation.
6 tips for writing good sentences. If you know how to write sentences, You're on your way to writing good sentences. There are many writing tips available for those looking to craft better sentences. First, keep it simple. Long sentences or overly complex sentences don't necessarily make sophisticated sentence writing. Sometimes a simple sentence can pack a powerful punch. Know how to eliminate fluff and adjust syntax to fit your writing style and target audience. And easily digestible message makes for better communication. Second, use concrete rhetoric. If you're trying to inspire movement or change, you don't want to describe something as sort of important, especially if you're trying to get people to donate to a cause or protest an event. Use direct language to deliver a strong image, convey significance, and create an emotional appeal. Whatever your point is, it should be your audience's biggest priority right now. Third, employ parallelism. Sentences are easier and more present to read if there is an agreement in their grammatical structure, particularly when it comes to lists. This principle is known as parallelism, parallel structure or parallel construction. Successful parallelism is the final was illogical, rushed, and disappointing. 4. Mind your grammar. The best sentence don't suffer from things like passive voice, run-on sentence, or typos. Sometimes you accidentally write an incomplete sentence or inadvertently from fragments while editing and rewriting. Be sure to identify any incomplete sentence that may be lurking throughout your writing. Proper grammar helps give writing a more polished feel. Fifth, properly punctuate. The right punctuation can make or break the rhythm of a single sentence. Ensure your periods, commas, hyphens, semicolons, and any other punctuative tools are implemented correctly. Even if you're just advice blogging for a small group of readers online, you want your writing to appear sophisticated and taken seriously, so pay attention to your punctuation. Sixth, practice writing. Improvement only happens with practice. Perform writing exercises that focus on your sentence structure and how you parse your ideas. The more you practice writing sentence, the better you'll become.
Here, I will explain common errors and correction strategies. First, spelling. To check spelling for errors, don't forget to use your word processor spell check feature to identify spelling mistakes. Do a quick visual check for squiggly lines, run the actual spell check function, and then do a closer check for misspelling or wrong word choice that the spell checker missed. Even though spell check is already checked using the feature, sometimes we can often find errors the computer software will miss. People are better able to understand words in context. For example, spell check software can always tell whether there, or they are fits in a specific sentence. But a person can always figure it out by looking at the definition for these homonyms. Don't forget the low-tech solution. Always use a dictionary to confirm any word you're unsure about. Also, the built-in dictionary that comes with your word processor is a great time saver. It falls far short of a college edition dictionary in a paper or CD form. So, if spell check suggests bizarre corrections for one of your words, it could be that you know a word it doesn't. The second is fragments. By definition, a fragment is a group of words that is punctuated like a sentence, but that lacks either a subject or a verb. For example, full 5-year warranty and free oil change. People use fragments like this in advertisement all the time. But when you are writing for an academic audience, which is far less forgiving of purposeful fragments, your readers may assume that you just don't know the sentence is a fragment. So, how can you define fragments in your own writing? First, find the main verb, then the second, find the subject for that verb. You could correct the example sentence in the following way. The original, full 5-year warranty and free oil change. And adverb, receive a full 5-year warranty and free oil change. Add subject and verb, new customers receive a full 5-year warranty and free oil change. Built-in grammar checkers are fairly good at spotting fragments, but occasionally go overboard and mark a sentence as a fragment when it is not. The third is subject-verb agreement. Below are some examples of errors with subject or verb agreement. Take some time and see if you can figure out what the error is in this sentence. The original, the dog needs to go on a walk. The revised, the dog needs to go on a walk. The subject in the original sentence, dog, is singular. The verb need is plural. The verb needs to be changed from plural to singular form in order to agree with the subject. A quick way to check for subject or verb agreement is to circle the verb and underline the subject of each sentence. Make sure that if the subject is plural, you use a plural form of the verb. And the last, if it feels like you keep repeating the same words throughout your writing, pull out the thesaurus for ideas on different, more creative choice. A thesaurus can add just enough color and depth to a piece that otherwise seems mundane. Be careful, though, that the word you substitute has the intended meaning. Thesaurus provide words with similar meanings, not identical meanings.
There are basically 5 comma rules you need to know. 1. Use a comma with a coordination conjunction to join two independent clauses. In layman's terms, fix a comma's place by adding one of the following: and, but, for, so, or, not, or yet. 2. Use a comma to set off non-essential information in a sentence. Basically, put comma around extra information that is not part of the main idea. 3. Use a comma in list or item in a series. 4. Use comma in address and dates. 5. Use a comma between adjectives in the make sense with an interest in between them.
Next, proofreading examples. In the earlier section about proofreading using a word processor, it was mentioned that although software can correct spelling errors or alert you to unrecognized words, it cannot distinguish between words that sound alike homonyms. Take a look at the examples containing misspelled word below and see if you can find the wrong word in each sentence. Although there are no spelling mistakes, each sentence does contain a mistake in word usage. First, what will today's student listen to when they are in their 40s? Is disco music in their future as well? Correction and commentary for the above examples is: what will today's students listen to when they are in their 40s? Is disco music in their future as well? There should be there because the second form show possession. It is their future because it belongs to them. Another example. Do you think computers have changed our everyday life? Correction and commentary for the above examples is: do you think computers have changed our everyday life? Or should be our. Although some people pronounce them alike, our is a verb or a form of be, while our show the position of a group. People are busy during the holidays. Our family still manage to get together. So that's all from our group. Sorry if there is a word mistake. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.